So today on this glorious Happy Tuesday, by the way, I was actually really debating to make today's video about AMD pretty much smashing through all-time highs and on its way to 500 plus, baby, or if I was going to talk about SoFi once again. But, I still got a lot of stuff to talk about SoFi. SoFi had a shocker this past weekend. Anthony Noto did a groundbreaking new podcast. Maybe someday Anthony Noto will be on this YouTube channel. That'd be pretty cool. But Anthony Noto is doing a lot of podcasts these days. This one was on a fairly new YouTube channel, Basis Points. I'll go ahead and again leave this video down below in the description. A really good episode, 1 hour and 3 minutes. You will not be bored. And Anthony Noto talked a lot in this podcast. And he's been on quite a various retail ran stock YouTube channels. And the guy is very much out there, very much being vocal to retail. I'm a retail long-term investor in SoFi, and he's also pretty much assuring that, hey, look, there's a lot of negativity that is dragging down the stock right now, but once that negativity is over, the higher we go because the multiple really should change. So yesterday, I pretty much talked for about 20 minutes around a lot of the stuff he said, and I just want to go over some of the stuff that he said once again. Not to mention, today is a brand new episode, so if you enjoy today's video, smash the like button, and if you're new here, welcome. I cover a wide range of big tech stocks, SoFi, I'm a raging bull, semis, AMD, software, Adobe, ServiceNow, very much long those companies, fintechs, or rather I should say some risk-on companies like Robinhood, The Hood, Palantir lover, Meta lover, not as much anymore, but I still love Meta. And I also have some pain with some PayPal as well too. But otherwise, I really just want to talk about more what SoFi is going to be releasing SoFi Money in July of this year. But before I really dive into that, I want to go ahead and show my public profile for this YouTube channel. I made a stock profile dedicated for this YouTube channel. I'm doing a YouTube public account challenge all the way to 6 figs in the course of 17 months, baby. This account is a ball hair from $50,000, halfway there. This account challenge started earlier this year, and right now we are up over $10,000 on this account, 25%. The vast majority of gains came from AMD, which has taken off like a rocket ship sooner than expected. Sooner than expected. I honestly thought AMD was going to be at these levels maybe around like probably in the second half of this year. But man, this is how quick that stocks move. And I've been buying more SoFi shares left and right in the last 6 months publicly on this channel. So if you're a SoFi bull, definitely smash the subscribe button. You're going to be getting a lot of SoFi content from me. And 6 months ago, you can watch some of my older videos if you want. My SoFi position on this account was up by over 120%. Pretty funny, right? Well, my cost basis, though, or my total position on this account was only $4,900. So I pretty much double my position size, which I honestly will continue to buy shares of SoFi if they go to very low evaluation levels. My private account, I'm holding 1,642 shares of SoFi with a average $7.41. Been buying SoFi since February of 2024 when nobody wanted the friggin' stock. Nobody wanted the stock. And right now, people are really missing a phenomenal opportunity. So, to be honest, this profile might actually break 50K during this video, which is going to be pretty sweet, huh? Okay, so what did I really want to show in this video? Well, I want to show what Anthony Noto is basically pretty much talking by book value, okay? Book value. You can literally do this the longhand. You can have AI do this for you. It's very easy. It's basically pretty much fundamental analysis. Yesterday's video on SoFi was technical analysis. And I'm going to start calling these videos SoFi watchers, because I feel that, well, first of all, I am a SoFi watcher. I watch the friggin' stock every single day when the market's open. And I know that many of you all that are tuning in for these videos are also watching SoFi as well, too. So we're all SoFi watchers, are we not? Let alone stock watchers in general. Okay, so Anthony Noto is basically talking about tangible book value. 7.2 billion, okay, tangible book value. Now, in the next 3 years, they're looking to grow at a 40% growth rate. So obviously, tangible book value right now, we are trading at a 2 multiple. That is where the market is giving us a 2 multiple. Why are we trading at a 2 multiple? Because of oil. Obviously, today we got a nice spike higher, but we're seeming to really give up a lot of gains. We got to stay above 16 bucks today. From here on out, when it comes to technical analysis and reclaiming $25, we got to stay above every 50 cents increment. So we got to go ahead and stay above $16 today. We got to stay above $16.50 to move on to the next leg higher. And then once we get to 17 bucks, we got to stay above $17. Why do we have to do this? Because that's how moving averages work, and that's also how market makers position their bets, such as options. The options market, it does also move the stock, the actual stock price as well. So it's very important. Today, we got to stay above 16 bucks. So right now, it's 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go ahead and hope that SoFi can stay 3.23% in the green. Now, tangible book value, we are trading at a 2-time multiple right now. So, hypothetically, if the market gave us a 5-time multiple, we would be at 36 bucks. I mean, even at a 4-time multiple, you're talking 28, okay. Anthony Noto, during that interview, put out 25 to 35 bucks. A good range, obviously a lot higher than where we are right now. Why don't we trade between $25 and $35? Because of the nonsense in the Middle East, the oil, rate hike fears. The Fed has totally taken off rate cuts, but we have a new Fed governor on deck. And the new Fed governor, maybe he's going to look past all this stuff. I don't like talking about politics on this YouTube channel. I really can't stand politicians all around, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. But I will say you gotta look at the politics, especially when they are affecting the market. Kevin Walsh, he does have ties to the Trump family. The guy is also worth $200 million. I'm sure he probably wants to be worth a lot more. Are there going to be some politics in play to maybe do some rate cuts? Probably. I mean, who knows? I'm a small fish in a big pond, but I mean, there's politics at play in everything when it comes to the government. So, I really see that there's probably maybe gonna be like 1 rate cut, maybe 2, hopefully this year. Nothing crazy, but earlier this year, before SoFi fell off a cliff and before the Middle Eastern stuff was happening, there were 2 rate cuts on the table. Those 2 rate cuts got priced out, and it basically caused the entire market to start looking at rate hikes. Now you go ahead and get oil down below 100, which oil right now is it was actually a lot lower, 94 bucks. Okay. Oil is actually spiking higher. Yesterday, oil was at 89 bucks. Now we're actually pushing very much higher, unfortunately. We got to get oil definitely into the low $80 range, and then we're going to see a very big notice. But why is the market giving SoFi a 2x right now instead of a 5 multiple? It's because of what is happening in the Middle East. It's very sad. That's all it is. So if you are long SoFi, this is very much a great opportunity. And the reason why, me personally, I'm just friggin' buying shares when I see discounted levels. And if SoFi does get into the low $15 and breaks 15 bucks again, I'll be adding with some more shares. But I have loaded the boats in the last couple years. And this stock, just on a tangible book value in the next 3 years, I mean, go out 3 years and you're talking at a 2x multiple. The stock is 39 bucks, 39.51. That is essentially a 2.5 move from where it's at right now. 250% of a move. Okay? That is beating the S&P 500 like left and right. And that's what your job should be in the stock market. You should be beating the major indexes. If your stock profile is not beating the S&P, you got to reevaluate your situation. 2023, it was a ass whooping for myself. I actually closed in the red that year. I had more losses than more profits. And the reason being is because I kind of messed up a lot of my strategies. I really was all over the place. I've been in the market since Rona, 2020, 21, made hand over fist amounts of profits. Even 2022 was very profitable. 23 was an ass whooping. 24, very profitable last year. And this year, whoo, I can already tell this year is going to be the same. But when it comes to just basic fundamental analysis, tangible book value is growing 40%. Like this company, I am fully a believer and supporter of Anthony Noto here. The company is undervalued right now because when all this tension pretty much gets away, the multiple should, like Anthony Noto stated, should go back to a higher multiple. And even if the multiple goes to 3 times, we're going to be essentially above 20 bucks. And if it goes 4 times, okay, we'll go higher. So that's something to really keep in mind. Not a financial advisor on my end. I'm just literally conveying public information, and it's public information. SoFi is growing 40% of their book value for the next 3 years. Therefore, essentially, their stock's going to go up. But what is the market going to give us? Is the market going to give us that juicy 5 multiple? Or is the market going to keep us at a 2 multiple? It depends on external factors. Now, something to really wrap up this video. And by the way, just pulling up my profile once again. When SoFi gets rock and rolling, and it can happen quick. This is where you're going to see your profile pretty much just take off like a locomotive. A little over a week ago, I did get a couple comments on my videos talking about AMD because my AMD actually has taken over this friggin' profile. I mean, you're talking 43.2% of my profile is AMD. Does that bother me? No, it does not. And the reason being is because AMD is on a growth cycle, okay? They're on a growth cycle. I'm not going to be holding AMD till the day I die, let alone you're not going to be holding any stock. Like, there is no such thing as buy and hold forever. You want to be enjoying your money, okay? That is a very... People that have that mentality, oh, just buy the stock and hold it forever, they don't have an exit strategy. And that's very bad. Not having an exit strategy is actually worse than pretty much not having a entry strategy. You got to know when to pretty much take chips off the table. I could very much take chips off the table this year for AMD because if AMD gets to insane levels by the end of this year, very FOMO-y levels where the market prices stuff in, and AMD is over $1,000 a share, maybe I'm taking off chips on the table. But we got to see what happens. Overall, in the short run, it doesn't bother me. And as SoFi basically pretty much comes back to life, you're going to see SoFi pretty much stealing position size on this profile away from AMD. Pretty much how it happens. When Robinhood comes back to life, when Adobe, Palantir, ServiceNow is even rock and rolling. PayPal, I may be cutting the cord and actually buying some new stock here this week. Not entirely sure just yet. But still, I mean, when other stocks in this profile does move up, yeah, the position size definitely does go down. It's really about your level of risk. Do you want your profile to be equal 10 to 15 positions, or are you okay having one position really run up temporarily because they're on a growth cycle? I'm a growth investor, so therefore you're on a growth cycle, baby. Okay, the last thing, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's video. SoFi watcher, and let me know down below if you own SoFi and actually want to state it. If you are a SoFi bro or SoFi sister, always love to hear from you people. SoFi expanding cash revenues highlight. Okay, so this is something that did come out today. Actually, wait a second. No, this did not come out today. What the hell? I literally just had this pulled up here. Hold on. Ah, here we go. Okay. SoFi money to get new core in July. CEO Anthony Noto. No one else has all the products that we have on only digital platform. So Anthony Noto highlighted the technology innovations that SoFi is undertaken as it ramps up its business and financial services offering. On a new podcast, pretty much what I talked about, showed the Basis Points podcast. It's actually pretty cool that we're getting articles pretty much about podcasts. But in July, SoFi is going to be releasing SoFi Money. A lot of people don't understand the importance of this, about SoFi's pretty much their own personal money, and it's essentially their stable coin. I'm going to be talking about this a lot more, especially when July gets here, which is right around the corner. It is a very, very big thing that people are not understanding. To really go ahead and sum it up, it is essentially SoFi's money. SoFi USD is what it's being called, but it's essentially SoFi's own currency within the company. So if I'm a SoFi-like customer and you're a SoFi customer, or SoFi calls its customers members, so if I'm a SoFi member, you're a SoFi member, we can essentially be like we can like have lightning speed of money going back and forth between us. On the flip side, you also have other companies such as credit card companies. Right now, MasterCard. Yes, pretty sure it's MasterCard. For some reason, I thought it was Visa. Don't quote me on this. Pretty sure, almost positive it's MasterCard. Hold on, let me double check this very quickly. MasterCard is going to be accepting basically a lot of their form of currency to make it easier for people to actually pay their bills and stuff like this. And SoFi, they have a great business model where they profit from that. It's very, hold on. Partnered with MasterCard. I gotta Google something just to fact check it. Yes! Yes, SoFi is partnered with MasterCard. I don't know why I wanted to say friggin' Visa. Yes, SoFi is partnered with MasterCard. Woohoo! Okay. So, what that basically means is that their SoFi USD, right here, SoFi stablecoin, USD. You as a SoFi member, you can be using this USD. And it is going to be really, really big that people are underestimating. And this is where it's going to essentially add tremendous amount of value and revenue to the company. And a lot of analysts and a lot of people are not taking this into consideration. So I'm going to be talking about this a lot more. Economical data, we have Friday. We have PCE, which is going to be huge. And we also have GDP. The new Fed governor is going to be reacting to these numbers. So this is going to be a really big pivotal point to really see, one, new data, two, how the Fed governor really reacts to it. So definitely stay tuned and mark your calendars for this Friday. It's going to be a big day. Big day for the market. Otherwise, earlier this week, not really too much. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to wrap up today's video. As always, if you enjoyed content for today, definitely smash the like button. And SoFi is very much going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be doing a lot of recovering. Because as long as oil just continues to go to the downside, we very much should see SoFi continuously trend higher. See you all tomorrow for a brand new episode. Take it easy, and later.